Welcome, gentlemen and ladies, to the KameTrick live stream experience, coming to you through the power of the computer internet. I am your host, Ben. Welcome back again. It's great to see you guys. How are we doing? Ready to do it up on a Friday night? I know I am ready. I am stoked that it's Friday too. It's been a long week, my friends. Quick shout outs as always to everybody who has recently subscribed to the channel, and also this is the part where you hit that like button. We had some pretty awesome success with hyping up the algorithm last time, and I want to see if we can manage that again. In the meantime, thank you to Arthur, Harris, Elliot, Cheat Society, Angel, Liam, Bala Mugaran, Eric, Eduardo, Leonardo, LNA Dog, Luke, Jocko, Husky is back, Slawomir, Ayako, I will learn to speak all these names at some point, Dizzy to Dizzy, Isaiah, and Sebastian as well for subscribing to the channel. I'm glad to have you guys a part of it, so thank you for hitting subscribe and sending it to join the KameTrick Drift crew. We are just getting everything powered up So we will be starting shortly. I'm gonna catch up with chat here. Jordan, Alex, Nick, what is up? Oh snap! Excite is in here. It's my my homeboy Dustin. He just got back from Japan. Welcome back home, brother. We've got Alex with the high stoke levels, indeed, over 9,000, I hope. Tuna, got to stay up late now. Got to put in some night work. Russianese, what is up? Should I spend another 100 just to clutch kick? Always, always. What's up, Dane? Let thine shred commence. Alright, let me see here. We should have track information coming into the Discord shortly. We got all the fam without the e-brakes, using that keyboard. You know how that goes. I'm gonna, whenever I make merch, there's probably gonna be some keyboard e-brake reference, or like, you know, did you ever fix your e-brake, bro, or something. It's gonna be a thing. We're making it. Danger Close, what is up? Welcome. 1979. Found out how to bind a handbrake, but I'm so used to regular braking, prefer that more. It's fair. It's fair. Meta node with the big facts. When I get the car put back together, I will definitely be making some content and letting you guys watch me drift it. I was actually talking to my one of my good IRL friends, Grant, about this recently. He was saying he kind of misses the old school like vibe that the channel had. Back in the day, this is too big of a compliment, I don't deserve it, but he said I was like American Noriaro, in the sense that like we were always just like goofing with the cars, going out and having fun, and going to events and then tuning. So I don't know, I haven't made as many videos like that lately. They just weren't as successful, which like isn't necessarily the reason to make a video, but when I started doing Assetto Corsa content, it took off so heavy that I needed to double down on that. And then with, you know, COVID and car braking issues, I've just kind of not made a whole lot of IRL content, but when the car is running, it will. And I may make some garage hangs videos. It's a lot of editing time for not many views, but you know, if that's something you want to see, hit me up in the chat. Let me know. Alex got that CSL wheelbase. Still waiting on the NRG rim. Dang, man. Next week. We keep saying that, but next week it's happening. Joshua, what's going on? Jack the Drifter and Racer. An important distinction. Good to see you. Theo, what is up? Welcome back. Meta note on the old school stuff. Tokyo Extreme Racer on PS-DOS. I love it. Team Matchless Mystic is in here as well. これを楽しみにしています。ありがとうございます。まあ、僕もそうです。Oh, Rocco, too kind, my friend. Underrated, overrated, I don't know. I'm just glad I'm rated in anyway. Alright. I'm going to pause my stream preview because that's not helpful. And I've got the track somewhere. Here it is. Drop this into good old Content Manager. Which I can't hardly see. Because of my camera setup. Alright, we are installing this. I think I already had that. Talking Spanish. I can speak a little Spanish. I studied Spanish in like middle school, I think it was. And then I didn't have to study a foreign language in high school for some reason. And I was going to study Spanish at college because you had to take at least one class in a foreign language in order to graduate with a 4-year degree. But then I discovered that my university had a Japanese class, and it has, I took that instead, and my life was forever changed. A slower start than usual. Sorry about that. It's good to hang out with you guys. Chat for a little bit as well. Oh, Mystic is a native Spanish speaker. I cannot do that at all. I was better, of course, when I was focused on it. For some reason, dude, when I started studying Japanese, like, I can't get more than about 2 Spanish words out before my brain switches to Japanese, and that's what comes out. So, the stuff that I say when I try to speak Spanish is like complete gobbledygook. It's so bad. Marco says, you've taught me so much, and I want you to know you appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate that, for sure. That means a lot to me, it really does. You know, I don't have to make content. I've been enjoying drifting since before YouTube, before Facebook, before MySpace. But, you know, I make it to connect with people, I make it to grow the scene, and to hopefully inspire the next generation of guys to come out and hopefully be better drifters than me, you know? So I love to hear that. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, we're gonna try and find this server so that I can get it posted up. Just one moment. I'm about to be like trying to speak Spanish subconsciously now. Here it is. All right. Got that. Gotta scoop up my vehicular. Really? I'm getting a stock looking car even though I've got these... We put in some new liveries. Got those installed for this bash, and ironically I am picking an S13 and the one that I'm picking does not have a livery. So I'm gonna be the guy that looks totally normal amongst all these rad cars. It reminds me of old school KameTrick. Bonk. Let's see if we can get in. Let's see if I can type a password correctly. Also, this is a little bit old at this point, but shout out to Pedro for joining the channel crew as well. Thank you for sending it and subscribing. Sorry, I was in the midst of a rant and trying to get the stream all set up, but we're getting there. We're loading in. We are loading in 24 cars. And here we are. Very good, I've made it in. Okay, we're running 2 servers tonight. Those are posted in the Discord. And I believe, because I updated my chatbot, I actually have a chatbot on this channel, although it has very few commands. I believe if you type in server, it will spit out the link to my Discord and instructions. So whenever people ask all throughout the stream, as you guys know they do, hit that up. Send them the good words so I don't have to. Send the password over into the Discord because we are pretty much ready to light this thing off. And I hope that you guys are ready to shred, both the drivers who are watching the stream as well as spectators. Always good to have a good mix in the chat and on the stream here. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. And I will see you there. Just waiting on my OBS to detect Assetto. There we go. So we're going to be starting out at Pat's Acres. Or Park. Nick knows what's up. The Northwest vibes. Tacoma, Washington represent. Alright. I guess it's about time that I intro the channel like I usually do. So keep in mind when I repeat things that you guys already know, it is for the VOD viewers. So what is up, guys? I'm Ben and this is KameTrick. Welcome back to the channel that bridges the gap between drifting in the simulator and drifting in real life. Here we do both, and today we are starting out at Park, or Pat's Acres, out in the Pacific Northwest, and then we're going to be going down to Minami at Ebisu Circuit, which will probably be continued mostly on the Twitch stream. That is Twitch TV/KameTrick. So I hope to see you guys out there. But we're going to start out strong here at Pat. So I've just shared the server password with the Discord community, which is linked down in the description, so that we can get going. So we will be seeing more and more cars join in here shortly. As usual, I am rocking this S13. Curiously, it is one of the only non-liveried cars. I don't know why, but maybe I goofed the install, I'm not sure. But we're keeping it white and tidy, and we'll see how many tire marks we have on it by the end of the stream. VOD frogs. Mike, what is up, man? Good to see you. Sorry, I was missing chat comments there for just a little bit while I was doing my intro. Tarantula, this is one of the best drifting channels I've ever found. Inspired love for cars and drifting. Wow, thank you, dude. I love it. I love hearing that. 3 years and 2 months to import an S15. Ooh, that will be good. That will be good. Kind of wanted to drive under the tents and camp out, but I guess we won't. Alright. Send it till you end it. I'm not warmed up, as you can tell. Or did we just lose everybody in the server? Just lost everybody in the server. Connection issue. Server seems to be unavailable. Well, that's less than ideal. I mean, I'm happy to send it. But let me pull up my Discord. See if I got any issues. Guess I'll just do a warm-up lap while I wait to hear back about that. I'll give it one lap, just for good measure here. So, Park is a very fun-looking track. Never had the opportunity to drive it in real life. It's narrow. This version, oops, kind of forgot how it goes here. Makes me wonder a little bit if it is a version that has been widened. I feel like I heard that Park got widened. Oh, dropped it into the dirt. Seems like it'd be a pretty fun track to drive in real life. I find that the slower the track is, well, very slow or very fast tracks are difficult for me. Oh, that's way too early, not enough speed. Difficult for me to link, because the slower you go and the faster you go, the more you end up really dependent upon feeling weight shift, and like the more fine detail it gets, the harder it becomes. So medium to low speed tracks are kind of what I prefer, but okay, looks like the server is having some issues. Strange. But these things happen. We're going to bounce to video chat for a moment. And if I cannot figure out what is going on, then we'll just do some solo driving, or we'll hop on another server temporarily. Yeah, Dane, it's a track for consistent drivers for sure. It's just not a wide track, and so it's one of those where you, how should I say this? You have to, like, see if I can get into the first server. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to. Yeah, okay, looks like one server's back up. Anyway, it's a narrow track, so it's one where you have to be able to, like, control your line. You have to be cautious when, like, it's a place where you have to push in order to link the track in some areas, but if you push in the wrong areas, then it commits you to running off track, so it would be a fun place to drive in real life. And also, it seems like most of the time running off track wouldn't actually be that harmful. So that's always good. Oh, much better. Got that livery now, too. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Here's what we've got. Full gas, speed shop. Style is eternal. Gonna check out these liveries because this is kind of a new one for me. So we got Rio Japan, the Anti-Grip Grip Club. Oh, I actually have one of those stickers. Animal Style, Super D, and one of the Naoki Nakamura stickers. Square Design, Door Garage. So there we go, looking good. Not too shabby. What do you guys think if, should I get a livery on the KameTrick S13 in real life? I'm thinking about it. The KE70 is really fun. Is it possible to do IRL drifting at 16? It is. It is, yeah. It generally helps to have supportive parents or some sort of, like, you know, social media influencer level like empire in order to have the money, because it's expensive. But yeah, you can totally do it. Alright, I guess we're going to go send it. This car pack is WDT Street. And I think I'm going to cut the intro yet again. So we're going to do that real quick. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. I'm Ben, and this is KameTrick. It's the channel that bridges the gap between drifting in the simulator and drifting in real life. We are just watching a couple of the other drivers as I open up the stream here. We're starting out at Pat's Acres for the first half of the live stream, and then for the second half, as you know, we're going to continue on to Twitch at twitch.tv/KameTrick, where we're probably going to be hitting up Meihan. So I'm excited for both of these tracks. They're a little different, but we're going to start out in the Pacific Northwest, and here we see a little bit of the action that we are getting ready to enjoy. Me, myself, I am rocking this nice looking S13 with all the good livery stuff. So let's go send it. What's up, JP? How are you doing? Alright, we're going to get after it. See how many laps it takes me to warm up. Probably more than I want it to. Okay. I keep seeing those little cones and thinking that that is the track. It is not. I know I can link that without a manji, but I'm not trying to push too hard here on my first run of the night. So, something like that. Turn boost up. Always helps to have a little bit more responsive car, I feel. Actually, I've got that sneaky suspicion that I didn't switch the scenes, but I did. Next time. Let me see. I'm pretty sure, guys, I could be wrong, but I think it's set to where if I type server, my bot is supposed to give you all the deets. There you go. So whenever somebody asks about the cars, the track, how to join, just type server. There is about a 2-minute cooldown on that for each individual user, but as folks come in, do me a favor and give them the deets there. I'm gonna go out behind this 180SX. Oh, it takes a lot of concentration to do this on such a tiny track. I haven't driven park this year in simulator, well, at all, but certainly not in my simulator, so I'm probably as unprepared as I could be, which is just how I like it. None of that curated stuff. Oh, bonked. My bad. Not practicing in advance is part of the training. Angle stalled it. I'll just jump back in. Yep, see, just like I was talking about, you have to know where you push on the track and where you don't. That was a case where I couldn't see the track, I don't know the track, and I was attempting to get a little bit more proximity in a spot where really I needed to be on the brakes. And as a result, I was pretty much having to go off track. That was unavoidable. At that point, I was already committed to the consequences of my actions. And that's what makes tight technical tracks that have awkwardly long straights like park challenging. Really, I just need to get some lead laps in, which is going to be challenging on a 24 car server. I could actually use a slightly longer second gear. Forever I could use a slightly longer second gear. Let's experiment with that. Try that. Sean, yeah, you can hop in. If you can find room, then go for it. Anyone prefer long tracks where you can pull long drifts? They are fun. It's very easy to tandem on tracks where you're in a turn for seconds at a time. It's kind of the opposite of this, where in order to have close tandem on doors, because you don't spend much time in the turn before you have to transition, you have to be that much more accurate. You can't like transition back here and then creep up and wait. Hit up Rema Pair for the delivery link. He's driving right now, so I don't know when he'll get it, but he can post it up. Actually, never mind. I'll just post it up for you guys when I find it. Give me just 1 second. Okay, I'll drop that into our liveries, or sorry, our announcements channel. 2 different ones. There you go. I assume that that's cool to do. If not, sorry guys. I feel like it was shared in a few spots. Cool, cool. This is a live one. Yeah, welcome, Brett. Kind of wheel. I'm rocking a Fanatec CSW. And if you mean the specific wheel, it's a Japanese Maziora paint. Chameleon, like 330mm, off of my old supercharged AE86. It is a... Oh, there's somebody coming. Not really trying to tandem with him. I just thought he was going to be barreling down and I wanted to be polite, not get in the way. Ooh, man. This longer second gear. Is making all the difference. Okay, yeah, that feels a lot better. That is changing everything about how the car handles. Just in terms of like, I'm able to take the car closer to the line that I want because I'm not running at a wheel speed constantly. That was too much, obviously. Usually the straight is the last part of a track that I try to learn. But since we're in a simulator, I usually just send it. Because there's zero risk. Too much foot brake there. Can't see with all that Formula D smoke on these little grassroots cars. They could make smoke like that, but I don't think that they will. Not too many of them. Builds these days are crazy, so maybe they would. gonna get to it here. Got clear track, I can see what I'm doing. Get around some more of these turns without even having to rely on the e-brake. Not this one. These ones it's really handy to have, unless you want to just go off like that, which I don't prefer to do. I wouldn't drive my real car off-road if I didn't have to. Like, I'd rather just bail and reinitiate later. So I try, with varying degrees of success, to not take the sim car off-road too bad. I just feel like that's going to give me some bad habits. Acceptable. So this section flows really well. I like these turns where you carry a lot of speed towards a fairly small tight hairpin, and then you can do a fair bit of foot braking to get around it. Those also always feel really nice when you're tandeming. It's a great place to push up onto the lead car, and it's fun to try and predict how close you can get and when they're going to start braking. It's really fun when you get that correct. Front is a little too grippy, or the rear rather, pulled us out of drift. I could have e-braked or something to help with that, but I quite honestly didn't think that it was going to be an issue. Which was wrong. We'll do one more here. Set up through the part that flows nicely. And then this is actually just one big turn. One apex here, one apex there, and then one decreasing radius apex here. And if you take the right line, you'll be able to go through exactly like that without doing a whole lot. But of course, if you don't, which I have yet to take the right line, it's a fine line. But if you don't, then you're going to have to e-brake to check up at certain moments, just to keep everything under control. That was a little bit less bad. Starting to get a train forming here. Did not get around that quite right. And I'm off. That's fine. It's time to check in with chat anyway. Let's see what you guys are up to. We'll just follow along with somebody else out here. Here we go. Let's see what you guys got. Still rocking the space bar, always. Dax, what is going on? Good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, there's a fair bit of handbrake on this particular map. This is Pat's Acres, or Park, as it's called. Pacific Northwest real-life track. Definitely design a livery for the S13. I've got several in the works. Although I don't know, I may work with somebody else to design them. I have a major in graphic design, so I can make my own. I make like my stickers and my logos and stuff is all my own. But I don't know, a livery is such a big project, and it's difficult to have perspective. You know, when you're working on one of your own projects, it's easy to kind of like psych yourself out and not think quite as like objectively, I guess. So I definitely might work with somebody else, sort of show them kind of what I was thinking, get their input, maybe split the difference, we'll see. And then get that bad boy applied. It won't be anything quite as busy as these liveries, I don't think. Some of the really, really hyped up Japan style liveries are almost like just really chaotic and kind of like messy, just like blah of stickers. But it'll definitely be something fairly similar, just a little bit more chill. Assad, every couple of minutes somebody types the word server in, and the instructions for how to join appear. Read them when they do. Do what they say. Did a clean lap with no handbrake, only foot brake. Very good, it can be done. For sure. Ramen says, want to hop on, but haven't been on Assetto in a while. Yeah, man, well, we're doing this every Friday, so you can certainly join in at that time. Keep an eye out. Natasha car liveries. Yeah, we might have to do some Natasha car liveries in the sim at some point. I don't see that being on my real car at any point, but we got some folks in the Discord that are down for the Natasha life. You do not need the full version of Content Manager in order to have it install mods for you. Alright, let's cut some more laps. I gotta get back in there. Also, guys, do not forget, if you haven't already, to hit that like button. We have 77 viewers, 76 likes, which is just fine, but I do want to keep growing that number. It actually does help YouTube recommend the content out to more people, which is pretty cool. Here comes a big group. I'm just gonna fall in a line behind them. Ooh, cannot see the track. That green 180 is trying hard to catch up. Maybe a little too hard, as he probably would have scrapped some of the suspension with all those offs by now. Not that I can talk, I've been going off a little bit as well. Gosh, it is kind of, yeah, it's miserable being this far back with this smoke mod on. Okay. Oh, not enough foot brake. I like that entry speed, but it was not sustainable. Gosh, my real life car would be perfect for this track. It is such a bitch of a track. It would be way easier in real life where I could feel all the G-forces. Still hard, still fun, but it's quite a mess in sim. Still too fast. Off we go. The higher gearing is not something I've adjusted to yet. Yeah, it sucks when everybody stacks up. It's not even what I want. There we go. Sprankle's playing with a broken leg. Oof, that sucks. Polly, if the YouTube channel ever gets to the size that it will pay for a motion rig, then I would absolutely invest in one. I'm not going to invest that much money in one without it being paid for by the YouTube channel. But I'd love to try one. If somebody has one and they want to collab, hit me up. Once we get past all this COVID nonsense, I will make an effort to go visit somebody that does. Because I'm interested in trying it. How are things going for you guys anyway? What's your week been like? Seems kind of subdued, and or every chat message is just what's the track, what's the track, what's the track, what's the track. Which I hope that at some point this stream will become popular enough that everyone knows how to find all that information without asking every 3 seconds. We'll see. We'll see. But still, I'm glad to have everybody in here. But as always, if you have questions, comments, etc., hit me up every couple laps. I do check. Give me something to talk about while I'm driving. track has corners that are so slow you have to clutch kick way more than you normally would. You basically come to like 3 miles an hour or 5 miles an hour on some of these turns. There we go. So yeah, you'd be beating up the clutch just a little bit on this track in real life, but it's just how it's got to be driven. Know what that was, but we're not gonna try to make that work. Cool, Amon, what is up? Welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. Good to see you. Pair my crazy work week. It was all right. Unfortunately, we're doing an implementation of some software stuff, so like some website stuff. I'm gonna be in this sort of condition for like the next 6 to 8 weeks. So very happy for the weekend, but also pretty wiped out. Okay, we're gonna follow this MCR Factory purple S14 around the track. MCR Factory is a Japanese team that is run presently by Masashi Okoi, if I haven't missed any updates, who's a friend of mine. I translated for him in Texas for one of Aaron Losey's Lone Star Drift kind of special events where he had him out as a guest, which was rad. I also got to meet Tsuyoshi Tezuka of Kid's Heart that weekend, who, fun fact, does not like watermelons. Oh, okay, that was a weird bail. Thought he was going to hold that drift just fine, and then he did not. Just let that 180 go on ahead, and I'll just get out of the way because I'm getting hit. Switched over to the Sparco Rally Wheel, and I think the grip rail I had was a touch heavy for the TX. Oh, fair enough. Do I have any hobbies other than drifting? I do. I don't have a whole lot of hobbies that I can put time into, though. Like, I mean, making YouTube content is a hobby. Drifting, arguably, is a hobby. Japanese language, culture, hanging out, all that mess is a hobby. I love to game. I guess I do that now, but like, I enjoy playing Skyrim, Fallout, car games, but I haven't made time. I didn't make time for gaming until Assetto Corsa content started working on the YouTube channel, and that was kind of the moment when I was like, oh, well, I can have time for gaming because I can combine my interest in drifting with my interest in gaming and my interest in YouTube. Like, it was ideal. Spiffy Grooves, I've not seen you in a little bit. How are you doing, man? Back into Hondas, got a H-swapped Accord and a first-gen Odyssey. Kept the S13 because I still love drifting. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the support, and it's good to hear from you. We have been having a nice time over here, just keeping up. Last stream, we somehow tricked the YouTube algorithm into promoting the channel hard, and we had like 260 some concurrent viewers, so that was rad. We're just kind of chilling at our usual today, which is in the 70s to 90s, you know, depending. But yeah, it's going well. Kulamon, do I have interest in beat 'em up games? I was pretty decent at Street Fighter 4. Randomly, because I enjoyed Street Fighter 2, but I was garbage at it. So, don't know what that's all about. But yeah, I enjoy a little bit of that. Like I said, though, I'm not good. I'm one of those people that, like, I can have fun at something without being very competitive. As in, like, if I'm not great, I don't hate it. There are some people that, like, if they can't be the best, they're like, this is the worst, this sucks, I don't like it. And, like, I am pretty good at some things. Fighting games are not one of them, but I still enjoy playing them some. Yakuza 0, that's a fun game. I should really play the Yakuza titles more because they speak Japanese and I need all the practice I can get. So it's nice to hear a little bit of Japanese language now and then. Spiffy, yeah, we're growing a little bit. Slowly. Tomorrow, that's true. So here's the thing for you guys. Tomorrow we have got a special live stream. It is one of our KameTrick Toge Challenge streams, which happens around every like 5 to 8 weeks. It really just depends on the schedule of myself and some of the drivers. But in addition to drifting, which we do on the channel, we also do some Toge, like, time attack type runs. Grip-ish runs. I say ish because we use 70s, 80s, and 90s JDM classics on street tires without any manner of aero kit. So, yes, grip driving is the faster way most of the time, but with that little traction, you end up drifting the cars at least some of the time. And ooh, that was smooth. I end up drifting the cars most of the time. And I'm sort of an upper mid-pack driver in our group of guys. We have 20 cars, all unique, no copies, unless you want to say like a S13 and a 180 are essentially the same car. But there's not like two guys in an S13. There's literally one of each type. That is going to be streamed tomorrow, and it's a midday stream for all of my European fam to be able to come out and enjoy one of our live streams, because they frequently get the short end of the stick because it's like 3 a.m. over there right now. So the least I could do, plus we also have some European competitors in the Toge battles, was to have this less frequent stream that is at a time that's good for them. So, Central Time, Saturday, starting at 1:30 p.m. We're going to have the Edo Hazuka stage. Or if I say it in American, the Iro Hazuka stage. And that is going to be a fun time. We are using Project Kaido's Iro Hazuka mod. It is a beautiful map. And we should have some very spicy runs. It's a slower track most of the time, so we should also see a little bit closer competition than we sometimes do. Because occasionally we have the really fast guys just run away in the first... Sorry, dude. In the first, like, 6 turns or something, and then that's that for, like, the first part of the bracket. And we'll probably see a little bit of that. But I also think that we're going to see some really fun battles. So I hope that you guys will tune in for that. That will be something fun that I've been looking forward to for a couple of weeks at this point. We've been practicing. There it was. Every live stream I sneeze once or twice. Which I try to mute it for you guys. Whew, man. Chat, what are you guys up to? Would I come out the US Air? Yeah, I'd love to come out the US Air. I'd like to bring my actual car out, of course. It's a bit of a haul. It's like, I don't know, 25 or 30 hours of driving. So in order for me to come out the US Air and bring my car, I mean, I would need like hundreds of dollars of gasoline. I don't own a trailer, so I'd have to rent a trailer. So that's like $100 a day or $120 a day or something probably. I'd need a hotel because I can't drive 30 hours in a day. It would take at least 2 hard hours of driving, maybe 3. So that's, $300 or $400 of hotels round trip. Probably closer to 400. And then the actual event. So if I were to go drive out there, I'd probably need like $3,000 or something. Like, it'd be a big deal. But I would like to drive out there at some point. I may also be more likely to just fly out there and hang out, spectate, do some ride-alongs, etc. Unfortunately, it's really expensive to travel and bring your drift car. So that's why I don't get to the coasts a whole lot with the car. I can do like a 2-state radius, and that's sometimes about it. Bakabintai made you play the Yakuza 0, fair enough. It's a fun game. I saw a thing on Twitter where a Japanese YouTuber recreated a scene from Yakuza, maybe not verbatim, probably not verbatim, I don't know. I didn't read that close in the description, but he recreated a scene from the Yakuza series, or something inspired by it, in Shibuya during COVID, because there was almost nobody around, and so him and a couple friends, plus some of the random people, just did what they do, and then the actual random people that weren't with him, it was very convincing. It was hilarious. It cracked me up. Duzo needs some slight noise suppression on the mic, a little bit of white noise. Thank you for that. Yeah, my wires might be picking up some interference today. I'll have to look into putting some sort of, I don't know what it is called, a noise gate maybe onto it. Thank you for the feedback though. That is important. Is that gonna work the way that I think it is? Or is that just gonna mute the crap out of it? I have no idea what that does. I should probably not mess with stuff that I haven't researched. Audio is not something I know a lot about. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it roll for now. Add it to my list. I've got some I got some friends who do like actual audio stuff, and that's their like main YouTube subject matter that I can ask to. Nate, hard decision, Matsuri or go to sleep for comp early tomorrow. I mean, if you are serious about the comp, you should probably prioritize your sleep. Hopefully that'll give you a good mental game, which is a big part of being a successful competition driver. So, not that I want to send people away from my stream, but you got to know your priorities and take care of you so that you can go out there and win it. And when you do, you can say that you won it with a little bit of help from KameTrick. Toge Union Discord, yeah, I think that I'm in there. I'm not super active, but I'm inside of there. The monitors are 32s. Yes. This compared to what I was just doing is like rocks versus nuclear weapons. Drive out and sleep in the car. I mean, I might, but like, I don't have an enclosed trailer or anything, and the car is usually full of tools and the truck is usually full of tires. If I really had to, though, it would be something to the effect of like, bring a tent and like camp, possibly like just on the side of the road or something super sketch to save some money. And then there's the day job too. Like, it's gonna take me 2 days, maybe 3 to get out there and back. So I only get like 2 weeks off, and I'd have to spend like more than like or at least half of that just to even make the trip. I have driven in Japan. Yeah, I've driven R32 Skyline GTST, S13, 180SX, and Nissan Laurel. Sadly, I've not had the opportunity to drift a JZX yet. And then on the streets legally, I have driven a big old Toyota Hiace van. Those things are pretty rad. Mitchak. Lit Ice Kadem says, yeah, Montreal has really good cars, but I live in Ontario, and currently pandemic is just not being very nice. Fair. There's a filter option in OBS. It's called noise suppression. Right. So it defaults to like 30 decibels, the noise suppression filter. Which seems excessive. I guess I'll turn it on and we'll see what happens. Just catching up the chat, Bird Rider, you out? Right, man, I'll see you around. 9K Mike, what's going on? How's it going? Chat, what do you think? Should I make it to where every time somebody types the word server, it doesn't spam the Discord link? Should I make that exclamation mark server so that you guys can add that for people? And Duza, thank you for the help on that. It freaks me out, man. Negative 30 decibels, normally you like wouldn't be able to hear me talking. So I don't really, but it's because I don't understand what it does. So, MVP, thank you, sir. I'm gonna go crash this car for a few more minutes. Not the best transition there. God, I wanted to like that with that Amanji. I don't think it really worked. Too much. God, the car is just going so slow. It stops instantly if you let off the throttle. Nope. No good. I'm having a bad day as far as my actual driving. I'm driving very poorly. Well, you win some, you lose some. Oh, I saw it. Oh no. Forgot you were cooking while watching the stream and it's burnt to a crisp. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Alright. I will, I'll edit my chat bot and ask it not to let you guys talk about the server and then be mean. You think I need to sleep? I mean, it happens. Street version. Oh yeah, excited for these cars in Meihan. They're fun. Do you want to get in on the driving? I will make sure you get the password before I send it out to the main part of the server if you want to join in. Zach says, I don't know why, but your server makes the WDTS cars feel weird. That's a good question. It could be that the server settings that the OTM crew who's moderating the server for me are running possibly are for different levels of traction, because you can set it to have different levels of grip and then to like wear in and have more. So it could be that. Alright. I don't know if it's going to update during the stream or not, but at the worst, effective next stream, anytime people say server, it's not going to spam the link anymore. Exclamation mark server, of course, still will. Street version, you want that S14? Okay. We'll get you set up. I'll DM you. We should be having track change in about 15-20 minutes. Dude, I want to come to US there, trust me. I do. It's a big deal to make it out there. I'm so far away. You don't run dynamic on the servers? Okay. I don't really notice anything, but I primarily drive during the bash on these servers. At some point I may get a server of my own, but I'm happy enough, bonk, just to stout tent. Just to be out here doing my thing. It goes painful. I've been driving with names off. I just think it'll probably look better for my viewers. You guys can probably tell who's who. God, look at him, he's fast as can be. Maybe it's more accurate just to say that I'm slow. It won't hurt my feelings. That car is just gone. Is this what I get for not spending time tuning my car up to be faster than it is stock? Because, like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna catch him. Of course, like, I'm making some mistakes right now, but I'm about 90% confident that even if I was driving without making the mistakes that I am, that my car would not close on him on this track. At least not with the current settings, which are the settings that I am determined to run tonight. Oh, I left the stream up. Well, we've done it. That is all that we needed to wrap the stream up. I'll still stay live for a little while, but it is the quintessential KameTrick live stream. The stream that you came to see right here. Honestly, I would lose all of my viewership. Everyone would unsubscribe. The channel would just totally tank if I didn't do what I just did. So, if you're new here and you didn't know, it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary for me to go driving and leave the other screen up. Ask the guys who've been around for a while, they know. The YouTube algorithm loves it. Hey, people can say server now without it reacting, that's great. First stream you had a blast. Very good, man. I'm glad to hear that. I drove miserably, but it is what it is. Hey, that's the tricking KameTrick, indeed. All right, I'll try and get in a little bit of tandem before we go. Yeah, the new CSP 1.7, maybe even 1.8. Alright, let's try it. It's for real, an unwritten rule. And yeah, you can find me by searching KameTrick just about everywhere. I'm gonna wait, there's a car coming around the bend here. We'll see if we can get anything going. And it's one of our live stream chat participants as well, 1979. What is up? Thank you for coming out to the stream and for joining us here on track. I'm gonna see if I can't at least watch you drive the track, since I'm not having too much luck at actually closing gaps on drivers today. I usually don't have any issue, but that's probably what I get for not practicing park. And this is actually why I say, when folks want to learn to tandem, they should really make an effort to learn how to solo drive first. Like, I know how to solo drive, but I don't know this track, and you kind of need to know it. It's not completely obvious to read. It doesn't flow very well in a number of spots, which is fine. But if you just try to go send it on a track that you don't know, that has kind of that status to it, you are probably going to have a bad time. So I really ought to have practiced this track for an hour or something and figured out the line, because you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, at least the way that I approach tandem is I drive the line that I would drive normally. Oh gosh, that would be so heartbreaking to see happen in real life. But you know, I drive my solo line as my like base map, so to speak, for how I'm gonna attack a course. And then I tune that base map to continue with my car tuner analogy based on what I'm observing the lead car do. Well, here I essentially have no base map. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just sight reading the track, and so that makes tandem very, very difficult. Like, I wouldn't recommend that anybody do it. I'm not terrible to follow if I've got clean track in front of me like this, because I can sight read okay. That is in my skill set, but sight reading a brand new track that doesn't flow fairly easily while also tandeming is it's doable, but it's less than ideal. Yeah, I didn't carry momentum there. Excellent job. I think that's painful on shutting down without slamming into me. Like I said, I'm miserable to follow for people that are used to driving with me and know that I'm usually a lot more confidence inspiring to have be a lead driver. Oh, I should have stayed on throttle. I stay on throttle every other turn. I don't know what that was. This will be like the one turn that I can look good with painful. And after that, it's all gonna go poorly. He's just gonna leave. I'm not really keeping up, but I'm maintaining more proximity than I would have anticipated. He kind of angle stalled it there, which gave me some room. But the second gear is a turd, going this slow. Car won't hook up at all. I was spinning tires the whole way. It's a driver problem. I can use less throttle and the car will hook up better. But it comes back to, for me, not being able to feel the rear tires through the car seat, and not being able to feel the traction on weight shift. So it just makes me a little bit of a worse driver in sim than I am in real life in some situations. But soon, we're going to be switching over to Minami, which has its whole own set of problems and challenges. But it's a wider track, and it flows nicely, and the only thing that's particularly hard about it is the jump. So, soon we'll have some entertaining times there. How soon? About 3 minutes, maybe? It's coming up. Go ahead and ask the gentleman for track change. Somebody decided to mention me during the live stream, which I generally don't check, but at some point there's a chance I'll check that. Okay, I just messaged Professor, I just messaged Rema. Track change time, my boys. Simulated missions, you out? $19.79. If I knew it was you, I would have slowed down. Oh, you're fine, man. Just do what you do. Welcome back, Alex. Good to see you. Moment of silence for my fellow gear-driven WDT drifters. That's true, actually, yeah. Yeah, when I played Park last time, which, like I said, it was like a year ago, my buddy Danny, who's in Japan serving in the Air Force, hadn't deployed yet. Like, it was a long time ago. But I did pretty well. I played it a few times, and that was great. But, I would have needed more practice to drive a little bit better. I don't understand what you mean, Bev TN, pair. I have no idea what you're talking about. I am presently in server number 1. Some good beats. Chillin'. I'm ready for a different track too. I like this track. We have tracks like this in real life in my home area, but they do flow better. They're the sort of tracks where most of the time you can just let off throttle to transition and the car will be where it needs to be. You don't have to do e-brake drags or foot braking in too many spots unless you just choose to go really fast. But yeah, next up we will be at Ebisu Minami with the jump. A classic, iconic track. Somewhere really fun. Oh, Bev tonight. That's what you mean, a beverage. I have some liquid refreshment. I just got some water down there, and I'm keeping it a little healthier. Quarantine has not been so kind to me. I've packed on 1 or 2 pounds, so I've got a soda, but it's just a soda. I'm not doing any sim drinking tonight. We sometimes do, we sometimes don't. Man, Chocolate, what's your local track? Where's it at? Tell us about it. shots. Oh, you guys. Sometimes. Saw Torino on Watanabe's. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, 1979. I'll be right there with you. We will probably go airborne into the wall together. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be wonderful. Just chilling, taking it steezy. We need a Dewey drifting would be good. Fix the handbrake? Did you? Very good. Tutorials, that's a great question. Not really sure about tutorials. Oh, Alex, it's funny you say that. Does anyone know of any Assetto tracks with like ramps and jumps and shit? So there's one you might want to check out. It's called BattleRidge. You may have heard of it. It's probably created by a content creator that you know, whose channel you might be watching right now. That would be a pretty good t-shirt. So you're talking about jumps and ramps and stuff. Have you seen BattleRidge? The BattleRidge? I'm just gonna do a lap on here real quick. I'm offline on single player mode right now while I wait for the track change. Oh no, we're dead. Oh, we're not dead. Whew. So this is a really interesting concept. I wanted to blend like a toge course with a little bit of like Ebisu Minami vibes, and also Tron, in the sense that like if you cross the line, you're dead. And so essentially what we did was we made a track where you have to stay on the road, you have to stay on the correct line, and a lot of times on toge, if somebody in the train scuffs it, then it wrecks the entire train. However, on this track, if somebody in the train wipes, then they just go off the side and the train goes on unscathed, which is pretty fun. And it flows very well. It's got various speeds so that you can do some different moves. You were talking about jumps and stuff. So this track has a couple of areas where you can kind of stunt. Like this. You can go from one section to the other. And there are a couple of them. So that's kind of a fun dynamic to this track. There's actually a couple of different routes that you can take. Here comes another one. I'm not going to take it, but you can jump off the side of that and hop down onto another service road and finish up at a different part of the track, which is kind of cool. It'll wrap down and around under itself here. and we'll get to one of the finish areas. Kind of like a video game where you've got a little course cleared sign. You come around here, and if you go down the hill there, you can finish the track. Or you can play a little bit of car skee ball, which is what we're going to do. A little car skee ball is always good. Oh, I can't see. Man, that camera is not okay. We're going to have to back up. That was really weird. I've never tried to drive using a not quite centered chase cam. Bad times. Do not recommend. Oh, nothing. So there's three there's three tubes that all have a score on them, and it's basically drift car skee ball. So that's a fun little track if you want to see something different. Also, Trevor, shout out, thank you for the sub. Welcome, welcome. Horse Thief, I have tried Horse Thief. It would be a challenging track to make work in the WDT cars. Well, the WDT Street cars at least. And I haven't heard from Professor or Rema yet, so I'm gonna assume that I have time to do one more lap before we get this track change going on. It also just makes me feel good to make a couple of turns around a track that I can drive a little bit better after struggling at park. Because this is clearly not an easy track, and it's also a track where you have to be accurate. However, I'm just in my element a lot more with it. Here as well, there's another one of the little, oh, I messed it up. There's another little secret area there where you can go off to another track. So it's a fun little place. And that cone is hittable, which is kind of fun. That little sign is not, though. So there you have it. That is BattleRidge. You can find that on Race Department. It is released to anybody who wants to have fun at it. Kyler JT, what's going on? Just started watching the stream. What are a couple of my favorite car packs? My favorite car pack ever at the moment, like what I've played so far, is the WDT Street pack. We frequently use it. DWG is alright. Old pack, DW Wise Fab is pretty good. Another old pack, the 501 Angle Kit cars, version 2 were pretty good, but they're on like version 5 or something now, if you can even find them, and I feel like they got kind of weird. They got all gripped up in funky ways. So that's a couple things to check out that you might want to see. Julian, you're going to bed? Alright, man. I'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in as always. We'll see you next week. got a second track queued up. Just gonna get joined in here. Just started playing Assetto and I want to drift. That is a great thing to have. Drifting in AC is really fun. It's quite enjoyable. Alright, we're getting ready to roll, guys, and that means as well it is time for me to roll. On to twitch.tv/KameTrick. I will be posting the password into the KameTrick Discord server in KT announcements shortly. But in the meantime, we're going to switch streams over. E46 Driller, still killing it on Assetto. Thank you, my friend. We're about to bounce over to the Twitch channel, and I would love to have your support over there as a viewer. It's still a fairly young channel. We've had it open for a couple of months now, maybe 3-4 months, probably 4. Doing the half of the stream over there. So for those of you who can make it, let's go. I'll see you there. Then you're heading out? Alright, man. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week, as always. Theo, we tried go-karts on that track you were just on. It was so much fun. I believe that. Yeah, BattleRidge is a great track. It just flows really well. And I'm not just saying that because I had a hand in making it, but, like, it's a fun, challenging track as long as you can keep the vehicle under control. Alright, guys. That is what we have got. I will see you in about 2 minutes. I'm not even going to take a break. We're just going to roll right into it. All that I've got to do is disconnect my stream elements from YouTube and plug it in to Twitch, and then it will be going. So, I will see you soon. Peace!